Hi there. In this session we'll look at JASMY's Wyckoff stage and the key support and resistance levels, as well as the price actions in the daily chart to see whether there are any trends that are giving us some hints. So let's look at the chart itself. This is the weekly view, and basically from my observation it's likely we are at the post-automatic rally stage. This is the selling climax, and currently we have 6 weeks of red candles in a row. However, the volume isn't as high as the previous pre-selling climax period, so that's probably a relief for many people. And if we look at all these orange tags, they are basically prior accumulation cycle, one much longer in 2022 to 2024 for the case of JASMY. So later than some altcoins basically popped much earlier, and then there was a tiny accumulation, much like the bigger altcoins, and then the current recent distribution cycle that happened in December before it falls to the current accumulation period or cycle earlier this year in February or late January. So we expect some more tests will come. So if you take reference to here or even here, after the selling climax, there may be certain low points even lower than the selling climax. So don't expect this is the absolute low. It can be, but don't be 100% sure about it. That's the big picture. Key support levels. So before the absolute bottom, taking reference from the 2022-23 accumulation cycle, this white line at around 0.003, there's one level at here where this selling climax stopped in this accumulation cycle. So I believe you see it, right? It found support at this point, and why here? So if we extend the line to this chunk of activities, then you know why it's like the current price stopped. It's basically there's quite a lot of change of hands over there, and these people are basically finding that point as a reasonable price level that they're willing to hold JASMY at. So this yellow line at around 0.0099, yeah, that's the level. So that's why the selling climax stopped there. It depends whether there are people holding these are willing to give out their stocks on hand. If they do, and that selling pushes this price further down, then we may be able to see the lowest levels in 2022-23. However, if they don't, if they hold it, if they are more like diamond hands, then the yellow support line will probably hold at 0.009 or like 0.008. It's like a range here. You see this is a range, so it won't be an absolute number. So how about resistance level then? You see this center line, white line over here. That's around 0.018 roughly. That's the immediate resistance reference point. Remember, it's always a range. If the price does go up, then this sign of strength, the prior sign of strength level, would be the resistance. So let me change it to maybe a blue line over here. So I'll keep these lines at the current interval only. So it's not going to affect our daily view. So let's look at the daily view and take a look at any trend going on. So immediately, if we draw a line around the center of the candles, we see there's downward trend going on. So let me finish drawing this and set it at current interval before I enlarge this for you, so it's easier for you to see what's happening, especially if you are on a mobile phone. So here we are, downward trend or bullish flag, whatever you name it, the terminology. I like to call it playground zone. So basically, with the points we're seeing, point 1, point 2, point 3 over here. If you don't want to use this very first point, sometimes people want to be more sure. So subsequent testing the boundaries of the box, we already see 3 or 4 in total. Basically, the significance of this box is the price will travel between the top edge and the bottom edge of the box. And currently, while we are saying it's trending down, these support levels, it's where the price is going to be tested. So currently it's still far from the yellow line you see, right? So if we go back to the daily, this point is still like pretty distance from there. So 0.009 to current 0.012, it's around 25% drop. So whether the price will continue to follow this downward trend or this playground zone and reach that point, it's something we'll have to observe, and whether a bounce would really happen when the price gets to around the 0.095 or 0.01 level. So let's keep these lines over here, and when we come back to JASMY session next time, probably 2 weeks after, because next week I'll be covering some other altcoins, or like if people have new suggestions, I'll do those. Then this is the time where we look at it, like whether if there will be a breakout when it gets closer to mid-July. So that's it for JASMY. I'll move on to the next, and that